Well, hi there, this is DBT, and okay, this is the second part of the video where I was trying to reach the champion league. So you're gonna see a bunch of races of multiplayer with me having a triple boost because I had it running for 1 hour, and this is the second half. So there we go, let's have some races. If you remember from the last video, I kept saying that you're gonna keep encountering this McLaren MP48, I think it is, often. So yeah, you can expect them to be around a lot. But then this guy just makes a little oopsie and crash on the big pillar, and suddenly I'm on the lead. Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. And that right there was one hell of a lucky spin. I didn't mean to do that, but hey, it worked. So not a whole lot happening on this particular race, only at the beginning where the McLaren totally fucked up and crashed. That gave me the lead and I was able to keep it all along, so alright, that was a good one and I was feeling good. Oh yeah, I should be able to be winning this, no problem. Oh, and the McLaren is actually an MP425, alright, there we go. And remember how I was saying that at the beginning of the races you usually want to move to the side immediately? Here's why. Another reason why, really. The silver lining in front of me is so slow to accelerate that it totally stopped me. And he wasn't doing it on purpose. I know there's some people who do it on purpose to mess with people, but this car that was in front of me was just so slow to accelerate that it missed at the beginning of the race. So now my real challenge is really to try to catch up to the other dudes. And actually, I'm not doing a terrible job at it. I get the second place. So I'm like, yeah, there's a chance. However, there's only one lap on this particular race. It's gonna be tough to catch up to the first place in that amount of time, unless he messes up. So a bad start of the race kinda determined the result of this race. Given how much I was able to quote-unquote come back, I think I would have been able to win the race had I not had that little hiccup at the beginning, but oh well. And then we have an Iceland race, which is an interesting one because this is a very long track, and theoretically, I should have a bit of an advantage over that McLaren that just took the lead because, as I said before, the McLaren is really good in shorter, more twisted tracks. So I'm thinking, yeah, I should be able to catch up to him at some point in the race, so that should be okay. And then a couple of things happen here. I decide to go for the perfect nitro, which takes longer to activate, but makes the nitro last longer. And the McLaren actually misses this nitro bottle I had, so I'm like, oh, that's a good opportunity for me to catch up. And not only that, the McLaren does a little thing where he flies a tiny bit, and I'm like, that should be an opportunity, but then I mess up the first perfect nitro, and that makes me lose some speed, and yet I'm catching slowly up to him. Like, yeah, you're done, man. I'm ready to take the lead. However, here's where another big issue happens. I fall down over here. I messed up. I was supposed to take any of the ramps, but by taking the lower route, it's a way longer route than the one up above. So suddenly the McLaren has taken a big lead over there. I might be able to catch him up because he seems to be messing up a tiny bit. Look at how close I'm getting. Like, is there hope? But at this point, I'm thinking, no, it's gonna be too tough. A miracle would have to happen, and then a miracle happened. I fucking wreck on the wall for no good reason. So yeah, that's a loss. I mean, it's a second place, which is not terrible, but I was definitely aiming for the first place. And had I gotten it, I think I would have been quite a few points. Now, these tracks on this, what would you say, setting, they're pretty fun. I like them. However, there's one particular jump that I'm always scared of, because 85% of the time I mess it up, and it's coming right ahead. You can either go down or take the ramp up. Right here, you gotta do that drift kind of perfectly in order to line yourself for that jump. If you mess it up, you can go to the lower route, which is not terrible. But if you really mess up, you're just gonna wreck, because it's pretty much just like a tunnel, so you can easily crash on the walls outside the tunnel. So there we have it. At first place, I kind of deserved it after what happened on the previous race. I'm feeling good at this point. I should get a decent amount of points, which of course is what I need in order to reach the league that I'm looking for. 12 points, not bad, not bad. The target I'm aiming for is to reach a total ranking of 2000. And oh god, this race. I'm gonna slow down this part so that you can see those two cars right in front of me are actually Audi R8 e-tron Special Edition, I think that's the name. Those cars are fucking OP. Look at their acceleration. Instantly, they just go ahead, take the lead, and that's gonna be it. I think there's 3 in total. So that means that at best, I'm gonna get 4th place, at best. And then there's this crazy loop that I don't take perfectly. So it slows me down. I just know this is gonna be a tough one. And of course, that model, the Audi R8 Special Edition, is not available to get. Not even if you cash out some money. The car is simply not available. If you got it when it was available, you got it. Otherwise, you're kind of fucked. And okay, right here, I'm like, 3rd place. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Maybe I can at least get that. And then this happens. I overshoot it and get stuck on the goddamn thing. And yeah, at that point, I'm like, did I even continue? I don't know. I mean, again, I had the triple boosters for an hour, so it didn't matter to lose, 30 more seconds to finish the race. I might as well. I mean, in the end, I was gonna lose some rating because of this race. At least I was able to get 4th place, just like I said from the beginning, so, shit happens. And because of that 4th place finish, I lose 7 points on my ranking, so a bit of a regression. But hey, that's basically how multiplayer works. You can't win them all. That's actually what's fun about the back and forth. And right here, there's the e-tron Special Edition. So I'm thinking, this is gonna be kind of a shit show. So I moved to the right to let him pass, but actually he doesn't. And that's when I realized, like, well, he's actually not passing me at all. So there's maybe an opportunity. It seems that this guy doesn't have his car, max tune. So I'm thinking there's a good chance for me to do something here. But I'm running out of nitro, so I have to make sure to pick these 3 bottles, which I do, fortunately, a nice drift. And suddenly, it's all about not messing up. Another perfect drift to pick those 3 bottles, which really saving my ass up here. Now this is when I start sweating because I wasn't counting on this being a 2-lap race. So now I gotta make sure to make my nitro last long enough so that the Audi can reach up. On the previous lap I did a perfect drift here. In here I mess it up and only pick 1 of the bottles. Not great. right here I go for the left side to destroy all the other pillars. Because in the first lap I destroy the ones on the right, and I gotta make sure to destroy the ones on the left. Again, mess it up and not pick any bottles right there. So suddenly I'm out of nitro, and I gotta be careful on how I do this. I take the longest route over here, just to ensure that I'm not gonna mess it up and crash somewhere. And you can see that guy's right behind me. He's getting really damn close. But fortunately, just in time I reach the finish line. So there you go. That was a bit close. He gets actually a bunch of points because he's on a rank considerably lower than I am. Which kind of explains why he's not driving amazingly. So this is another one of those races where from the beginning I knew what was going to happen. There's a McLaren, there's an Audi, this is not going to work. So I move to the right immediately to let them pass, which they do, of course. You can see how that thing just flies by me. But then something weird happens over here. I go into the wall, but somehow I wreck. I mean, it wasn't a clean curve that I took right there, but I shouldn't have wrecked. I think it just should have bounced me off a little bit. But, you know, I wrecked so early on the race, that's a really bad sign. So at this point, it's really clear to me that I'm gonna lose a race in last place. And, you know, I'm okay with that because I did fuck up at the beginning. And as much as I talk about some cars being incredibly OP, you know, when you fuck it up right at the beginning of the race, what can you expect? So, yeah, there's not a whole lot to look forward for me in this particular race. But, you know, I don't like quitting the races. So, I'm like, might as well finish it. Let's get some rooms while we're at it. And right there, the 5th place. I don't know what happened. He crashed somewhere, but I get the 5th place, and I'm like, at least I wasn't last. That's something, right? And you can see that I still do my wrecks at the end of the race just for the fun of it. Because why the hell not? And let's see how many points I lost. Actually, I only lost 2 points because all the other racers are ahead of me on the ranking on the next league. So, yeah. Not terrible, I mean, it was a bad loss, but I didn't lose a whole lot, so that's okay. And then for this race, I'm like, okay, Terra, that's a track that not everybody loves, so maybe I can do something decent in this one. But as soon as I see this, 2 Audi e-tron thingies on the right side, it's like, shit, here we go again. And I just keep on missing these little turns, so that's not helping me at all. I mean, I'm on 2nd place, but I think I could be in a better situation had I not fucked the last 2. For some reason, he decides to go on the left side, which is the slower route, and I take the quote-unquote best one. So that actually allows me to take the lead. Yes, I'll take it. Doing a bit of flips to refill my nitro. Try to make it last as long as possible. The problem is that those Audi have a pretty good nitro duration. So technically they have points in their favor compared to my Lambo. Here we go with another tough loop. I thought I was taking it pretty good, but you can hear the electric motor of that thing coming, and suddenly he just passes me. And I'm starting to wonder, can I come back? 2 laps though. Another one of these turns, I take the inner side, he takes the outer side, so that allows me to catch up to him a little bit. Do some flips here and there to get more nitro. And I'm nervously thinking, don't fuck it up, DBT. And then that happens. But right away, the lead also takes a bad turn, crashes. I'm like, this is my opportunity, I can come back. Never mind. So I guess this really comes to show how, you know, you keep on fucking it up, you're not gonna win races, you know? And that's one thing that I really have been enjoying about this game. Like I was saying in the previous video, as much as this game is pay to win, where, you know, you can get the best cars if you shell out money and things like that, there's also this thing where people may have fantastic cars, but if they don't know how to play the game, they're still gonna fuck it up. And you can have relatively mediocre cars, but if you know what you're doing and you drive the best you can, there's an opportunity for you to do some good stuff, and that's why I've been enjoying this so much. And I would be lying if I said that all these crashes and all of those fuck-ups aren't actually what is making the game a bit more spicy, more entertaining, because it just reminds you of how fragile your advantage is. All in all, a third place is not terrible. At least that should prevent me from losing points. So nothing gained, nothing lost. And then we have an Iceland race. And right from the beginning, I don't see anything too worrisome. I don't see anything that I think I should be too scared about. This, it seems that it's an Asterion right in front of me, so that's a pretty strong Lambo. But if I do things right, it should be okay. You can see right away I start catching up to him. But here he goes really damn aggressive and knocks me down. So like I was saying in the previous video, I don't love knockdowns for this precise reason. Not only, you know, because it fucks me up, but also it fucks other players. And I don't know, it just... The way knockdowns work in this game is basically the one that has the highest speed at the moment of the fight, let's say, is the one that is gonna knock down the other one. So, I don't know, I don't love it. I guess this whole knockdown thing, it's, you know, it was a design decision from the get-go. And I suppose that's what makes it fun for some people. I just personally don't love it. But again, I'm not gonna be whining about, oh my god, this is so unfair. It's fine. It is what it is. And at this point, it's more than clear that I'm not gonna be able to catch up to this guy unless he does something really dumb like wrecking. But it seems unlikely. We're pretty much at the end of this race, and I'm running out of nitro, so yeah. Second place. That should give me at least some points. What's that, you ask? Am I gonna crash right at the end of the race? Yeah, I like doing that. Legit, I just enjoy it. What happens is that when you cross the finish line, the AI takes over and tries to control your car. But I just have some fun putting the AI in a situation where they can't save the car. So I don't know. I have some fun with that, okay? Don't judge me. In the last race for this session, because my boosters are running out, I'm like, okay, I gotta make this one worthwhile. It's gotta be good. It's gonna be awesome. And then there's McLarens and there's Audi special editions. Ah, shit. It's two McLarens and an Audi. Yeah, that doesn't look good, does it? And immediately I'm neck and neck with this Audi, which is weird. He should be ahead of me, but then I fall on top of him, and that's a knockdown. So I'm on third place. Alright, alright. Let's see if he gets maybe tilted. Somehow I'm ahead of a McLaren too. So I'm thinking, wow, maybe these guys aren't the best drivers, so I may just have an opportunity over here. The problem is that I'm running out of nitro. So I need to do a little bit of drifting to get my nitro back. Plus that little bottle helped me a lot. And then I don't know what happens here, that the McLaren, I think it crashed, I don't know what. But I managed to catch up to him, and I want to take this ramp. He tries to take it, and instead he wrecks himself on me. Let the record show I didn't wreck him, not intentionally. I'm like, holy shit, am I gonna win? Fuck, it's 2 laps, god damn it. So now I gotta do it all over. However, I do have a pretty hefty lead. So I'm thinking, if I don't fuck it up, I should be okay. I mean, like I was saying, that's basically what this game is all about. Do the best you can, don't fuck it up, and hope the other guys do. So everything is looking relatively smooth. I have some nitro, I have the lead. I can see that a car is catching up to me slowly, but we're close to finishing the race, so it should be okay. Just gotta make sure that I have enough nitro to finish the race, so let me take this little jump over here. Fucking hell! It's absolute bullshit, because I was just taking it perfectly fine, but the game was like, no, there's a mine over here and you're gonna explode with it for no good reason. I hate when that happens. That's... I was looking so great to win the fucking race and then that had to happen, right? Right? You know what? Production team, can we please have a look at that thing again in slow motion to confirm how it was absolute out of nowhere? Thank you. But still, look at this. I'm going just perfectly fine, straight to take this thing. And notice how the car wiggles at the last minute, and somehow that creates the situations where I wreck, where I should have just made a simple barrel roll. I don't know. It's kind of bullshit, but damn it. And thus ends the second half of my road to the Champion League video. I mean, I didn't get there. I'm like 40 points short or so. But I mean, it's not a problem. I eventually reach it by playing more multiplayer. It's just that I was a bit limited on the amount of time that I could play because of the boosters that I had activated. So at this point, my boosters are gone, and my morale is gone too. No, not really, but you know, I had to stop playing. But yeah, there you have it. I hope you're liking these videos. I know that it's very different than what I usually upload, but honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. And actually, all this was recorded on mobile, but I'm looking into perhaps installing it on the PC and playing it, because I can sync up my progress between devices. So I can still do some multiplayer with better quality, because I know this looks kind of garbled. So alright, there you have it. I don't know what else to say. I guess thank you for watching, and leave me a comment telling me if you're liking these videos, and if you're not liking it, tell me why you're not liking it. Maybe I can do something to improve them. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and all that bullshit. See ya!